So I'm going to do a new composition. This one's called Mask Rotoscope because that's kind of what it's going to be called. All right. Do we have 10 hours to do this demo? I don't know. Okay. So I just drag and drop the clip into a new timeline, and I can edit it by going on a double click. Hang on once. A double click brings up a composition. Actually, brings up the layer window. I'm going to actually bury it on top of this. So you see there's two clips now. One's a layer and one's the composition. In the layer, you have a timeline that you have in and out points. So this works just like an editing piece of software. I'm going to take the guy who's walking to the door as soon as it catches up. I thought these were fast. Okay. These are supposed to be fast computers. Wow. It's not that fast. So let me just guess here where he's coming in. I'm going to take him off that background and put him somewhere else, okay? And I'm only going to do like 5-6 frames because I'm not going to spend that kind of time on this. But I'm going to take him off this background. I'm going to make that my endpoint. I'm going to actually start to mask him using a mask pen tool. And I'm going to like start at the top of his head. And I'm going to just come around. And I'm doing this rather quickly because of time and a demo. If you were being paid to do special effects and cut somebody out of a mask, you would spend about an hour probably just creating this first mask, okay, if you're fast. So this kind of work, special effects work, I mean, usually you do green screen, but if you like had a sports figure running on a field, I happen to do a number 4, I forget what his name is. We'll never forget you, Brent, right? No, that's not his name, is it? So, Favre? He's French. Favre. Okay, so I cut him out, frame by frame, and put him on a new background. Actually, I faded back one of the other backgrounds. Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. All right, so let me undo this one mask thing right there because it really messed it up. Okay, so there it goes again. This is why this mouse has to go. No way.
I have that one Tim gave me if you want to use that. Actually, no, I don't have my backpack.
I'll try to survive today. Okay.
No.
All right, so I would actually spend a lot more time, and then this quality would be a lot better than this. The quality is missing here. Okay, so I'm heading up, and I'm going to the other shoulder. Here's the sweatshirt. Here's the head. And the cap here. I can't quite get it. Alright, so I'm going to add one way over here, and I'm going to modify that later, and I'm going to end that. So what I can do then is I can modify all these points, and I can add a keyframe to the mask by going into Masks and Mask Path, and then I can go to the very next frame, and I can modify the whole thing and modify any little change in the shape, which I'm going to click off of and come back. And this is where 10 hours worth of work, okay, pays off when you do one frame at a time. This is called rotoscoping. So there's ways to do this in Photoshop. There's quick ways to do it in Photoshop. If you've got a Wacom tablet that you could use or borrow to do this work in Photoshop, it could be done there. But this is a real powerful tool because it allows you to go back and redo masks that don't work. Okay, so basically we can take him out of this scene by just adjusting, and I'm still struggling with a small monitor because of the resolution here. I'm on frame 3, here's frame 4, and I'm just doing this very, very fast, okay, for speed purposes. And then I'm just going to like play it back fast as well. But you can modify all this one frame at a time. Like I can pick up the whole mask and I can move that a little bit and then modify his walk a little bit. because his leg is moving over there now. And so when you play this back, if you were to be accurate and spend all the time you needed to, and not have this crazy beach ball, you could actually then cut him out of the background and put him somewhere else.
It's like green screening without a green screen.
It's green screen without the green screen. So let's see if there's a city background. Yeah, here's a skyline. So we'll put that behind it. Don't walk in the water. You can't do it. You can't do it. All right, so obviously it's very bad, okay, because I didn't spend much time on it, but you get the idea that the mask can be animated, and if you were to spend the time doing it with a football players move faster than this. So the amount of time it would take to do a football player in a quick play, a 3-second version, is how many frames? Huh? 90, very good. All right, I didn't know how fast people were doing frames these days. So that would be 90 different masks for a 3-second move. Okay, and obviously you could skip around a bit.